Hello, everyone. It's Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, and welcome to day 4 of my September to December 2024 mini catalog launch. I hope you have been able to watch days 1 through 3, and if you haven't, they are on my YouTube channel that you can go and find probably the last 3 videos that are up on my channel or the mini catalog launch videos. So I'm happy to be here with you. If you're watching this as the premiere goes live, it is Saturday morning, September the 7th, 10 a.m. Central Time. So thank you if you're here live. Be sure if you're on YouTube, you sign into your Google account so you can participate in the chat with us. And if you are watching the replay, thank you so much. You can leave your comments and questions in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So today, our focus is going to be on something a little bit different than what we've done in the previous 3 days. And so I'm going to show you in the mini catalog what we are going to be working with. So I have this a little bit festive designer series paper. It's called a specialty paper because in the package there are only 3 sheets of this double-sided designer series paper in these festive colors. All right. Then there are 3 additional 12 by 12 sheets that have all of these die cuts that you just punch out and use. So talk about fun to play with. So in today's video, we're going to just be creating as we go, and I'm going to make a few cards with the dies and add some other products in with it that I've used before and try to make some cards. So it's going to be a little bit fun designing, and we're just going to give it a go. Okay. So this a little bit festive paper is only $10 for the pack. And for what you get in it as far as the die cuts are concerned is pretty amazing. So I've already punched all of mine out. I'm going to close this and get it out of the way. And I saved these just so you could see just exactly how much they've put on this one sheet. So you can see they've made very good use of the paper by filling in the spaces and the corners like with little stars. Okay, here's another one. They get tangled up because it's like stacking wire. Okay, here's another one. And all of the images are basically different, except for the stars are repeated, of course. And I see I have one little star still hanging on right there. I'm going to grab that. Okay, so we have 2 with all of these die cuts and stars. And then there's another sheet, this one right here, that has, whoops, 6 panels on it and then a long strip. And I'll show you that. This one, that was right there. And then you have 4 panels like you can use on a card front or really use however you'd like. So today we're going to be using some of these, and I pulled some cardstock. I might have to cut some, but I hope you'll enjoy this little designing session using this. Now here's the designer paper. I've already used almost half a sheet or more of each one of them on another project. But you have these triangles here that look like Christmas trees, and then a real red print on the back. This is Night of Navy and, let me see, I think it's Pool Party. Yes, Night of Navy and Pool Party. And then here's a Night of Navy check, which I absolutely love. And then we have these ornament branches here on this side of this sheet, and then a red and white stripe on the reverse side. So some good basic patterns to work with. You just don't have a lot of it. Okay, so you can use strips of it. You know, I'm probably not going to use this as I have in the past in cutting like a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece to put on a card front. I may use strips. We'll just see. We'll just see. I'm just going to make a few cards, and so you can see how it goes. So for the first one, these caught my eye right here. This little gingerbread panel, and then this cup of hot cocoa. Okay, so I am going to just kind of play around with it. I've got some real red here that I thought I'd use as a card base. Let me go ahead and get my trimmer so I can fold this, and we'll see how it goes. So with this collection of die cuts and the paper, you can make some really cute and different cards. And you can also combine it with some of the other products within the catalog, like the ephemera packs, that I'll show you those in a minute in the catalog, if I remember. But they have like some die cut sentiments, holiday sentiments that you can use. This one doesn't have any sentiments in the pack. Okay, so you need to stamp your sentiments if that's what you want. Okay, so now let me take this. I could do that. Okay, and that's cute. And I like the combination of the cocoa with the gingerbread, but it's a bit much. Okay, so I thought about maybe punching a large circle, 2 3/8 inch, out of real red. And let's see, doing that. That's still a bit much. Okay, so let me think. I think I'm going to try cutting this in half, maybe. I hate to cut that gingerbread boy in half. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in here and line this up. I don't want to cut the gingerbread boy. So I'm going to cut a strip off, okay, and see how I can work with that. Okay, so now I have this piece. Let me get my trimmer out of the way. So I have some options now. Let's see. I could do this and this, and let's see. Let me punch a white circle. I don't know. I don't know if this is a bit much for this. Okay, so I'm rethinking. I'm going to save this. Leave that out. I'm going to get the designer paper. Okay. So the thing with me, sometimes I try to make it too difficult, and think, okay, just cut the paper, Lisa. So I'm going to cut this so I can get more use out of this paper. I'm going to cut it here at 4. Okay, I'm going to cut this at 4, and then I'm going to put it back up here like that. Okay. Let me see what that gives me here. I've got a little, I'm holding my finger. That's 2.5. I'm going to cut it at 2.5. That leaves me a good piece left over there. And nothing's saying that you can't bring in other designer paper in these same colors. I'm just trying to make use of this. Okay, come up like that. All right. In the center. Okay, I want some kind of a border there. And I know there isn't any green. but I think I'm going to add some. So I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch strip of garden green. And then that was 4, so let me cut this at 4. All right, let's see what we have now. Yeah, bring in a little contrasting color there. Okay, so I'm not gluing anything yet. I want to use, I just dropped something. I want to use It's a Hot Cocoa Day from the Christmas Labels set. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to do it on white or do I want to do it on red? I can use these labels. I could stamp it on a circle. It lends itself to this label. Okay, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to try that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stamp this in real red, I think. Let's see. Real red. Get my block. Let's mount it. Okay. Now let me grab my real red and get a matte. Goodness, I'm making a mess as I'm pulling stuff out. Okay, put this aside. Okay, so I'm gonna get my Versamark. A lot of times I'll treat my stamps photopolymer with a Versamark pad before I stamp it on red, and or at one of our dark colors, and it seems to not stain as much. Not that that matters, it still stamps the same, but let's see if I can. I probably should have stamped this in green, right? I'm changing my mind. Let me clean my stamp to bring in that color, the green, Okay. So see, this is the process. It's like, oh, let's try this, and then nope, it's not going to work. Okay, I'm moving my screen out of the way, and here's garden green, which is the color I I cut the cardstock border. Really juice that up. I hope I get this right. So I have a lot of these labels pre-cut for when I'm designing. I can just grab one. Yeah, I got a little ink right there, but I'm going to make it work. Let's see. That's bothering me. I'm going to restamp. You see what I did? I pressed down too much in my stamp, and I got some ink right there. So maybe this second go around I won't get so enthusiastic with my inking up of my stamp. Okay, let me clean it and not get so aggressive with it. There's some more of that green in between. should have just gone with the first stamp, first inking. Tap it and go with it. There we go. Much better. Okay, let's clean that off. Okay. Now positioning. Let's see. Kind of like that there. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. So this is a lot plainer up here than I have done in the past. I would want to put another piece of designer paper, but I think I'm going to let it be. Okay, so let's just go with this and not make it harder than it has to be. Line this up with a border, and then let's put on our garden green strip. So, you know, my whole thinking here with the green is to break up all that red and white just a little bit. Oh, Lisa. Okay. And then also I'm tying it together, you know, with by adding the green ink up here. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Okay, let me put this down. Some glue. Okay, let's give that a press. And then I'm going to kind of overlap the mug over the, you know, the sentiment piece. So again, I'm just going to use glue. You can use dimensional adhesive. On my Christmas cards, you know, mailing as many as I do, and I know as many as a lot of you do, you mail, I try to keep the, what can I say, the dimensional aspect down so I'm not having to add extra postage for, you know, something that can't go through the machine. Okay, so there's that. Now, look at these. These are in there, and I forget which suite they're in, but little peppermint things. These are going to be super popular, I have a feeling. And so I'm going to use some of these on here, and that's just going to make it super cute. So now, where am I going to put them? I'm not going to bring them out too far where they're like floating in space. I want them kind of hovering around the image, if that makes sense. Let's get a middle one, middle size. There we go. That's pretty good. Didn't take too long, 15 minutes maybe, but you know, everything, I didn't have to stamp this, just use the pre-cut. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the inside with I'm going to take a strip. I'm going to move this aside, get my trimmer. I don't know whether to use green or I'm going to use green just to tie in the inside. I know what I'm going to do. There. Bring this back in. I didn't cut that very nicely. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I just cut a 1/2 inch strip of a garden green and put it on the card like this. Cardstock, basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. And let's snip this off. Yeah, I like that. I like bringing that green on the inside. Okay, one card down. I can see with your added cardstock that you could make quite a few cards with this pack of paper and die cuts. I'm going to bring these little peppermints on the inside. I'm just going to put 3. Okay. All right. Pretty cute, huh? After all that. All right. Okay. Let's see what else we're going to do. And I didn't even use my gingerbread that I thought I was going to use, right? So as I'm clearing off, and we'll start another card here, I wanted to show you that when I punched out all these elements, I put them in our clear stamp cases. I think we still carry these. So that it helps kind of keep them nice. You could also use a Ziploc bag, but this is just more protecting of those die cuts. Okay. All right. Let's get that out of the way. I'm going to hold off on the gingerbread. Okay, what do I want to do here? I think I want to try this wreath with the navy and the, looks like it has pretty peacock in it too. I don't know if I want to do that. Let's do something. There's a cute little tree. Look at this with the stockings and the little truck. Oh my goodness, so cute. Look at that. Okay, so many choices. These would be cute on those wreaths. I need to put those over there with that. Okay. Little stack of gifts, some candy canes. I don't know, y'all. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to try that. I'm being brave. Those gifts were kind of big, but I think, what you think? I know this is not live, so. I'm rethinking it. I'm going to go with it. Quit thinking, Lisa, and just do it. Okay, so I'm going to get a basic white card base. I'm going to go ahead and fold this. I need my trimmer. that in. Give it a good crease with the bone folder. Oh, my blade came out. Let me see. All right. Now, I think I'm going to need that again, but because something hit me about what I wanted to do here. I'm going to cut a piece of red at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Then I'm going to emboss this. I like this distress tile. It's kind of vintage looking. I love the vintage look. Get my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in here. And let's go ahead and distress tile this piece of cardstock. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. Get my Okay, so my thought here is I'm going to cut these presents apart. I'm going to kind of come right up there. Do I want to do it this way? I have to leave room for my sentiment now. So I need to kind of round this up a little bit because it was at an angle that I cut it. That works. And I'm going to put those in front of the tree there. So let me look at my sentiments here, my Christmas labels. Warm and cozy, peace on earth, celebrate the holidays. Be merry, be merry. Okay. All right. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to use dimensionals, but I am going to use them here so that you can tell they're sitting in front of the tree. All right. So be merry. I want to go ahead and get that ready because I need to know where to glue, how much room it's going to need. Y'all know what I mean? My mother used to always say, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? And I almost said it just then. Gosh, Mom. I miss my mom and my dad. I know what you mean, Jelly Bean. She would always say that. Okay. Be merry. I'm going to get a piece of Whisper White. Whisper White. How long has that been gone? Basic White. I'm going to cut off a little piece here. And that's a straight sentiment. So for the die, let's see what I need here. That one works. And does this one work? It'd be kind of tight. I'm going to use the other one. I don't want to have too much of a limited space to. So I'm going to die cut first. Where's my mini boss? Here it is. Ooh. I almost cut that piece of basic white too small, huh? It looks like a perfect fit. Okay, let me roll this through. Okay. All right. Oh, that's cool. All right, let's get this. I don't think I've cut any of those before. I've cut all those curvy ones. Okay, so let me get my mat back in here. And I am going to go with green since we've got that red background. Let's do the garden green again. Okay, let's put this in. Ooh. I should have conditioned this down. It's like you need to stamp off now. That first inking, oh, so pretty. Okay, look at that font. Oh, y'all, I love that stamp set. Christmas labels. Can't say enough good about it. Can't say enough good about it. Oh, yes, I love it. What do y'all think? I know you can't. We're not, well, you can answer in the chat. Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay. Now, let's get this on here. First of all, I like how that looks. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Okay. So let me lift that up. And put that on. Okay. This is under that, the E and the R. Okay, and the tree is going to go. Excuse me. Yeah, I want as many of the presents to show as possible. Okay. So I'm on this one, we're combining 2 of the die cuts, and don't be afraid to cut them apart and, make it work for you. Okay, let me get some mini dimensionals. Here's some. I didn't really need minis, but I want to put several. Up in the little curvy parts, down in that corner. Okay, let's try that. It won't make it too thick. Okay. Here we go. So what you think? Look at that. It's pretty cute, huh? I like it. Let's see how we're on time. Okay, and you can add gems if you want to. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to hold off on it. I may put some You could do rhinestones. I don't like that with the trees, the peppermints with the trees. But something like 1, 2, 3, you know, maybe. Shall we give it a go? So I'm just going to get these plain rhinestones here. And I think I'm going to color them garden green, or a green. Let's use, shall I do old olive? Because that's in there too. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this one's sparklier. All right, let's grab our I'm gonna put them up here at the top. I'll change my mind on the 1, 2 at the bottom. 2, and then 3. Okay, I like that. That'll work. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to close out for now so I don't keep you any longer. That took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, but you see how you can make some really cute cards. I added the sentiment from Christmas labels, right? And then use those die cuts and add your gems and cut your paper apart to make use of your best use of it. And you can have some really cute cards with this kit. And again, this is called the A Little Bit Festive Specialty Designer Series paper. It's only $10. Y'all, that's a lot of bang for your buck for $10, right? Okay. All right. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. If you're here in the U.S., you are watching this and you're watching live. It is Labor Day weekend, so I hope you have a great weekend. And stay tuned for more coming from the mini catalog. And if I can help you with anything, let me know. If you need to order, here's my online shopping link. You can screenshot that. And be sure you are on my mailing list so you get all project ideas that I share just with my mailing list. You don't want to miss out on that. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in again. This is Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, inspiring you to create, share, and make a difference. Take care. Have a good one. Bye bye.